What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to a video today looking at nation changes on FIFA 18. The reason for this is because yesterday on Wednesday we got INFORM MARLOS, and as you can see next to him, his normal card is Brazilian, but his INFORM is from Ukraine. There were a fair few nation changes last year on FIFA 17 to be fair. Wilfried Zaha was one of those players. He went from England to Ivory Coast. I think he had an English INFORM card which did stay as English, and then he got a base card as an Ivory Coast player, then a ratings refresh. So this MARLOS, this one will stay Ukraine. This one here, I think will stay Brazil, but after this INFORM card's out of packs, his normal 82 card will be Ukrainian in packs. So before we get any further, as always, if you enjoy this video, show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for more, and the comment section below, if you use MARLOS back on FIFA 12 and FIFA 11 as a Brasilva, who was your favourite Brasilva back then? There are so many good Brasilvas to be fair. It was like Marcel Azevedo as a left back being 5-star skill moves. We had Michael Leite, a fantastic player. Danlini, I think his name is, from the Mexican League, amongst many others. So the very first player we'll look at in terms of nation change from FIFA 17 to FIFA 18 is a goalkeeper called Anton Kochenkov. He plays for Lokomotiv Moscow in the Russian League, and is he usable? Not at all. He's 69 rated, very average stats. He's 6'6", but I imagine this year is definitely most useful for League SBC. And his FIFA 17 card, in fact, was pretty much the exact same stats as this year, and his nationality was from a place called Kyrgyzstan. Apologies if I said that wrong, by the way. And now this year on FIFA 18, he's from Russia. And now we've got another nation change in the Russian League. This time it's going to be a fairly popular player this year, I'd say, in a very cheap Russian League teams. That's Mario Fernandes. So last year in every FIFA before this, I believe he's been a Brazilian player. And last year also got a very good team of the season card, being 88 rated with some fantastic stats across the board, like 86 pace, 87 defending, 85 passing, 88 physical, 86 dribbling, and at 70 shooting. Whereas this year, he's now a Russian citizen and still looks fairly decent from the get-go. 6'2", high work rate, 84 pace, 80 defending. He's definitely usable. The very first centre-back is going to be Simunovic from Celtic this year, and he's 74 rated with 66 pace, 73 defending and 78 physical, 6'3" also, and his nationality is going to be Bosnia, as last year he was from Croatia. Next up, we've got a player from West Ham United being Mazwaku, if I say his name right there, and this year's from DR Congo, 75 rated, a fairly usable card for a very cheap Prem team possibly, whereas last year he was from France. And at the very start of FIFA 17, I actually used him a lot because his stats are very solid across the board, also a discard value player. Next up, we got on to Emerson, the foreign defender of this team, from Roma, and he's a 76 rated left wing back this year, and to be honest, his stats are really bad for a player that is, again, a 76 rated, like 79 pace, 77 dribbling, okay, I can kind of understand that, but just 68 defending, 62 physical, 66 passing, 59 shooting, what are those stats? And his in-game stats are also very bad, so I'm not too sure how it works out. His card last year on FIFA 17 starts with a very low rated silver card, I think 67, 68 rated or so. Then he got a ratings refresh to 73, and his stats were very similar to his 76 rated card this year. So again, not too sure how it works out, but last year he's Brazilian, this year he's Italian. And now we've got onto our midfield three, and first up we've got a player called Yassin Ayoub, who plays for FC Utrecht in the Eredivisie. Now he's a Moroccan player, as last year on FIFA 17 he was from Netherlands. He was a Dutch player, had a really nice silver team of the season card to be fair to him as well, like 74 rated, 75 pace, 80 shooting, 85 passing, 83 dribbling, 70 defending and 77 physical. Again, this year's from Morocco. Is he usable? Probably not, but again, for League SBCs he definitely works fine. And I move on to a centre midfielder called Arslan from Besiktas in the Super League in Turkey, and he's a decent card this year, like okay well around his stats, 5'11", 4-star weak with 3-star skill moves, and this year's from Turkey, as last year, I think every FIFA before this has been a German player. And the final midfielder is again to a player called Erdem Sen or Chen, and he currently plays in the Portuguese league. So right now he's a Belgian player and a 76 rated CDM, whereas last year he was a Turkish player, 68 rated, so a decent upgrade for him. And in fact he got +3 shooting, +5 passing, +3 dribbling, +10 defending, and a +6 physical. So to be fair, he must have had a decent year last year playing in Portugal. And now we've got the main man himself, MARLOS, then being a 5-star skill with 3-star weak for, and it's kind of cool to see him actually progressing because back in the day, like I said before, as a Brasilva, he was a very popular player, if not the most popular Brasilva back in like FIFA 12, FIFA 11, and now his INFORM card yesterday makes him a Ukrainian player, so it wasn't even like a FIFA 17 to FIFA 18 change, he was Brazilian just 2 days ago. I think it was also back on FIFA 12 where I packed his gold INFORM striker card, which was pretty cool to see, and again it sold for so many coins last year, as this INFORM card now is only like 28,000 coins. The striker of the team is going to be Benik Afobe, or Afobe from Bournemouth now. I think he's played for Arsenal at one point. I could be wrong there. But now he's from DR Congo, just like Masuaku. Last year he was from England and also still a striker. And in fact, his stats are very similar, like -3 pace, same shooting, same passing, same physical. Yeah, it's only his pace has gone down. The final player of our starting 11 is going to be Gael Kakuta, and last year I think it was added very late to the game because he was playing in China for a long time. Then he made the move to Deportivo La Coruña. Now he's back playing in France for a team called Amiens SC. So he made a transfer in the summer, again was playing in China for a fair few years before this. I think back in the day he played for Chelsea. I believe he played for him at one point, but didn't play too many games as expected. But his card this year is from DR Congo, as last year he was from France. And now we've got a player that's currently owned by Chelsea but out loaned this season to Birmingham City, and that is Jeremy Boga. So last year I think spent out loan in Spain to Granada, and his card on FIFA 17 was from France, whereas this year he's from Ivory Coast. And even if you don't watch Birmingham City or Championship football, or maybe even Spanish football last season, you may have heard of him for Chelsea at the very start of the season, the very opening game of the season, the Premier League against Burnley, they lost 3-2. He actually started for them. He did only last around 18 minutes or so because he came off for Christensen. But it wasn't due to an injury, it's because Gary Cahill got sent off in the 16th minute when they had to sacrifice a forward to bring on Christensen to make sure the back line was solid again. But it clearly didn't do too much because Chelsea went 3-0 down by half time. And now moving on, we've got a Lyon player, and that player is Maxwell Cornet, or Cornet, not sure how you say his name. And last year was actually a goal player, left winger, 75 rated, with 86 pace, 78 dribbling, and 73 shooting, whereas this year he's just 73 rated, so a downgrade for him, and a position change to the right hand side now, 87 pace, 75 dribbling, and a 71 shot, 4-star weak for 3-star skills. And on FIFA 17 he was French, whereas this year, just like Boga, he is now from Ivory Coast. And now the third player in a row going from France to Ivory Coast is going to a player called Jean-Philippe Gabamin. I've definitely said that one wrong, so apologies again. But he plays in the Bundesliga for Mainz. He's 75 rated CDM, 74 pace, 73 defending, 72 dribbling, and a 78 physical. Last year, he was from France. So again, third player in a row, just like Boga, just like Cornet, also going from France to Ivory Coast, and he went from 73 to a 75. And now we've got a player in the Premier League this year, as last year was in the Championship because Huddersfield also got newly promoted. He's now a 72 rated right midfielder, being Elias Kuchunga. Last year was a 69 rated striker, 80 pace, 70 shot, and a 67 dribbling. This year 72 rated, like I said before, 84 pace, 72 dribbling, 74 physical, and a 71 shot. And his nation change has gone from German to DR Congo. Next up we go on to Fofana, and a former Man City player I believe at youth level, now playing for Udinese in the Serie A. Last year's 75 rated goal ratings refresh I believe to that. I was a French player and some okay stats here and there. This year he's now playing for Ivory Coast. His stats, they are very similar to last year. Dario Dumic is up next, being a 72 rated centre-back this year, playing for FC Utrecht. I think the second player so far in this whole squad being from that club, and a very unusable card, but now playing for Bosnia. Last year though, was from Denmark. And I got one fairly similar to Marlos, and that player is Scott Hogan, and he still has an English card on FIFA 18 and doesn't currently have a nation change as of yet. But in real life, he actually got called up and also featured in Ireland's squad for the first time a couple of months ago. I don't believe he played a single minute for them, so technically he isn't a full Irish national team player yet, but being in the squad and whatnot, I'm pretty sure when he makes his first appearance he will actually get an Irish card on FIFA 18. So he is fully declared to be an Irish national team player, so it's not if now, it's when he gets that card on FIFA. Next up we go on to Alexander Prijovic, a striker playing in Greece I believe for PAOK, and he's now a Serbian striker, as last year he was from Switzerland. And to finish off the last few players, then first I've got Kenneth Saif, a left midfielder now playing for USA in the Belgian Pro League, whereas last year he was from Israel. Next up we go on to Mimoun Mahi, a striker now playing for Groningen in the Eredivisie, and his stats honestly for Silva are very, very impressive. 80 pace, 78 dribbling, 77 shot, and a 4-star skill is 4-star weak for. Last year was 70 rated, being a right winger, and he was from the Netherlands, so gone from Netherlands to Morocco. The second to last player is one called Opa Ngit. I probably said that one wrong, but he plays for FC Metz in Ligue 1 and is now from Senegal, whereas last year his nation was set to France. And the final player of the team is the one from Copenhagen, a CDM, now 75 rated, and last year was playing for Panathinaikos I believe, also Portugal, but now he's from Greece. And he is known as Zeka, so I'm assuming that's a nickname, as his real name is Jose Carlos Goncalves Rodriguez. There are a fair few players on top of these ones I've shown already in this video today that have changed nation, but most of them, to be honest, are non-rare bronzes. But that is going to be the end of this video, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed it or found it helpful, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for more, and the comment section below again about Marlos. Who's your favourite ever Brazil back in the day on FIFA 11 or FIFA 12? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.